record real quick. Awesome. So thank you everybody for showing up today. We have a great little infomercial, I guess we'll call it today, from Tony Tileman, and he is with Annie Mac, right?
Annie Mac Home Mortgage, that's correct.
Awesome. All right, Tony, well, I will just give you the stage and you could give us some valuable information so we can hopefully close some deals.
Okay, so real estate's a crazy market right now, and I would like to hear from you, Dawn. You know, from your perspective, what is it like working with a buyer right now?
It's like, well, it's like, do you have cash or do you need a loan? I mean, it's a lot more qualifying questions at this point before we can even try to show them anything. And then at that point, we're having to explain the strategy of the whole process of like, this is the market. If you're not willing to work with it, then we really can't work with you. We can't help you, or we're going to have to go outside of New Braunfels, Seguin, Canyon Lake, out into the middle of nowhere to try to get you something. And really, we're just getting creative, right? You know, like we work with a lot of builders. So if we can't get them into something, they don't want to be one of 15 offers on a $700,000 house, then we will try to get them into a new build. So anyone else want to offer any information? Karen, what are you seeing these days?
Well, you basically covered it. And I think we all know now, we've been exhausting that, saying that it's so competitive out there and the cash offers are coming in, and how do you compete with that? I've seen that slow down a little bit. It's not quite as competitive with that going on, but yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, we talked to an agent last week, and we call them a qualified agent. Anybody who's done, it's almost like your icon agent within the EXP. And they did 20 buyer sides last year, but outside of that 20, they wrote 100 contracts. That's 100 different houses. That's 100, that's 5 times more investment in exhaustion as a realtor, showing properties, getting people excited about something to write up an offer just to be disappointed, right? And then we got to get them excited again to write the offer. And we're right there with them, writing letters and calling the listing agents and saying, hey, Carrie Tileman is super qualified and we can get them closed on time. And we're local and we've got a local appraisal panel and we can make things happen, to find out that their offers rejected. And it's hard from a realtor standpoint, because you didn't get in this to write multiple offers multiple times. You got in this for flexibility and your lifestyle and to make money, and you're not making money when you're just writing offers. And from the buyer side, they're just getting worn out and frustrated and exhausted and feel like they're settling. It's not the normal excitement piece that they want to be associated with this process. At the end, they're just like, oh my gosh, why are we even doing it? So I want to share with you our solution to this in helping partner with EXP. So I'm going to take my eyes off of you for a second so I can run my screen. And let's see if I can find where I want to go right away. Wow, this should give me.
Share your screen.
Share my screen, but I got to pick the right screen.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to what I want to be is on this screen. Can you see that?
That's your slides. Oh, you stopped sharing.
I did. So I'm going to not leave the meeting. I'm going to share again. And I'm going to see if that screen popped up. Wow. This worked so well in the Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to hit share.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. So we're looking at your slides.
Okay. So our company is Annie Mac Home Mortgage. And Annie Mac Home Mortgage looked at our partners and heard our partners being frustrated with what we just discussed. And we came up with Annie Mac Private Equity Cash to Keys is our solution to what's going on in this market. And so what we want to be able to do is allow your clients to make a cash offer. So I'm going to really try and take this to simple forms. And when I'm done with the presentation, I'll even put it into simpler forms in a little video we'll watch that shares the program as well. But we want to get your buyers' offers accepted, not the second, third, fourth, fifth offer, but the first offer. So the statistics right now, 33% of offers are being cash offers. And that's what, realtors and listing agents are looking for, right? It goes right to the top. Why do they want cash offers? Because they're easy, right? There's no risk to the listing agent or to the seller. So, and they can close quickly. And we looked at that and said, oh my gosh, we're struggling to get our buyers' offers accepted as Annie Mac Home Mortgage. And our leadership said, look, our slogan is we do more. We want to help partner with you. So we want to help you sell more real estate or gain control of your real estate life. And we've got some platform programs that we offer our realtor partners. One of our platform programs is this cash to keys cash offer, cash to keys, buy now, sell later. We also have a it's called Annie Works platform. And the Annie Works platform is about education and CE. We've got a perks platform that allows you to offer perks to your clients and employers. We've got a funnel IQ, which is about lead capture. There's another interesting thing we can talk about. We want to bring more to our relationships. And this is just one of those things. The partnership level is what we're looking for. We're not looking for a transaction piece. We're looking for someone who wants to do business with us. So we'll invest our capital in working with you. So let's talk about cash to keys and how it works. There's 3 types of cash to keys. There's cash to keys without assignment. And what that means is we're buying the house, Annie Mac Private Equity. We're going to teach you to write the contract so that we can close in 14 days and the buyer submits a cash offer. Their offer goes right to the top. Now, what we know about conventional offers with VA and conventional is that a lot of the offers are going for above list price. Okay, so when there's financing attached with it, they even go further because they're trying to outpace the cash offer. So sometimes conventional offers have to be higher than cash offers. They buy from us after we buy the house and close from them for the same price. We can close in as little as 14 days when it's done without assignment. So if you've got a client, they can get their cash to keys offer submitted, close in 14 days, and then they have time to buy us. But that allows you to work less, get your clients into the home that they want to close on. There's also a product that's with assignment. And with assignment means that we're going to try and get financing in place before closing. I say we're going to try because if we get to the closing date per the contract and we haven't been able to fulfill the financing, we're going to actually close the loan with cash to keys and pay cash for it. If we can do it though, because, and here's the for instance in how this happens. Dawn, let's say for instance, you have a client who wants to sell their house, but they're not ready to go. They haven't found a house yet. They need to stay back for a little bit. Well, as long as they know that there's cash securing the offer, they feel good about taking the offer. And then this gives us time to get the financing in play, maybe even establish a lease back for the client. But we present the cash offer to secure the house. They're already pre-approved because that's part of this program. And then we close with our financing. That way there's only one closing for the client. Now, the third option is, what if the client owns a house? And that's another thing. You go on a listing appointment or you're talking to people and they're like, boy, I'd love to sell a house, but where am I going to move? And that contingency issue becomes a showstopper sometimes. Well, we've taken that into play by saying we're going to come up with a buy now, sell later program. In the buy now, sell later program, we buy the new house. You have to qualify for the new house. So there's some processes that we go through, but we're not going to take into consideration their current payment. And we're going to allow you to buy or them to buy the house from us within 6 months. It takes all the pressure off. They so they find the house of their dreams and they can close on it and they can move into it right away. And then they can work on cleanup if they need to. They can paint it. They can do any kind of touch-ups they can do so that they can sell it with you at the top dollar at their time schedule. But that takes the objection away of where am I going to move? Because we know selling a house right now without having one identified is a problem. They only pay utilities and they accrue rent on the new property. They don't pay the rent until they buy the house from us and they pay us back. Because that's another issue is, hey, how can I afford 2 payments if I buy the house now, right? And we take that away by saying, hey, we're going to accrue the rent at a reasonable level. It's 0.65% of the sales price, or $650 for every $100,000. Average price is $300,000. I think that makes it a $1,950 payment that's accruing for 6 months, the lowest $12,000. But when they sell their house, and you should be selling their house within 30 to 60 days in this market if it's properly priced. The one caveat to this loan program, they have to have 20% equity, and we'll get a broker's opinion level to validate that. But in this market, most people who bought their house over 12 months ago have 20% in equity. So that shouldn't be an issue for us. I think I wrote this down or said this already. They pay us back when they buy from us. So questions that come up on this. All right, how much does it cost? What's it going to cost me, right? Well, the cost is simple. It's a 2% fee with a 1% credit when they buy the house for us. So how much does it cost them? 1%. That's 1% for peace of mind. That's 1% for us putting our money up for them, us buying a house for them, us getting a contract accepted that wouldn't likely be accepted. So it's a 2% fee, whether it's VA or conventional, with a 1% credit. Their cash out of pocket on this program, though, is 3%. That's it. The 3% works like this. It's 1% earnest money, 2% fee equals 3. And then we're going to give them credit for their earnest money, credit for their fee. So 3 minus 2 equals 1% total cost. They're buying the house for the same price that we purchased it for. Okay, so let's go through some steps on how to make this a reality. And I'm keeping this very high level for you. There is some training that needs to happen, and you need to become certified. If you're interested in doing this, the call to action is going to be to email me simply and say, hey, Tony, I want to get certified. And we'll get you through the certification training, which is about 30 minutes long is all. We have to teach you, in essence, how to write the contract and how to make sure that the client understands the process. We have to have the loan pre-approved. The difference between pre-approval and pre-qualification is that we validated the documents through an underwriter. The underwriter has looked at it and said, yep, we buy into it. And once it's approved, they're going to be eligible for the program and they can identify a property. We have a home loan purchase coordinator that will interact with both you and with the client on representing Cash to Keys. Cash to Keys is the company of Annie Mac Private Equity. And that home purchase coordinator will reach out to you, help make sure you structure the contract right, and make sure all your questions are answered. And then you go and make the offer. That's it. And even when you're making the offer, we're going to call as the lender saying, hey, look, we're backing up this. And if you have any questions, let us know. We know the Johnsons, and the Johnsons are very well qualified for this. The cash is already available. We can close as short as 14 days, depending on which offer was submitted. There are some property requirements. Not every property is going to fit into the Cash to Keys or buy now, sell later. They are single family homes only, 10 acres or less. Average condition or better by the term, which is determined by the appraisal, but you should recognize that as the realtor up front. And there's a little bit of difference between VA and conventional that will need your help in navigating through the process. No external obsolescence. You know, again, the properties need to be in good condition. Ultimately, our risk is we're buying a house and we're responsible for the house. And if the client, for whatever reason, decided not to buy it from us, then we're going to become home sellers again. And we're not in that business. We're trying to help buyers, not sell homes. That's why we have these features. In the geographic areas right now are the major metropolitan areas along 35. So it's Bear and Kendall and Comal will get absorbed into it. Canyon Lake should be part of it as well. So your market areas that you define, New Braunfels, San Antonio, Canyon Lake, are all going to be accepted into this area. So here's some key pieces that I think you would want to know. You're going to work with a home purchase coordinator. That's going to be your key personnel is to know that person so they can help you write the contract, because we want you to be confident in presenting that. It's the contract type with the purchase coordinator. The contract type is whether it's VA or conventional. And here's a feature on ours that's not available on some others. You get paid full commission at closing. So when we buy the house, you get commission. We're not going to make you hold on to it, or we're not going to make you discount your listing commissions as well. So, the client has to buy their house or close on their house on the buy now, sell later within 6 months for us. If they are not able to within 6 months, part of our provision is that we're going to set a predetermined amount that we will buy it from them. It's not favorable for the client, but it's an incentive for you to get it sold again in this market. Reminder, we're not looking to own homes. We're looking to help our buyers and help our realtor partners get into this. So how do you present this to your client? I think this is really critical. We talked to an agent yesterday and they were like, well, if you want, it's like you get what you focus on. And if you focus on excitement and energy and opportunity, you're going to get that. And if you focus on how much it costs in the fee and the extra paperwork, you're going to get some resistance on this. But this is designed not only for the buyer to get their offer accepted, it's designed for you to be able to sell more houses because you're not having to write 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 offers. So I would present it with incredible enthusiasm. Hey, I got an idea. I've got a presentation that I want to get you introduced to Tony and Clyde on his team. Can I get you connected and where they can talk to you about this program? Or I'm going to send you this video that explains the process because it makes total sense. And I'll share with you how we got a client to accept something on a $250,000 offer this morning coming up. Step number one, you got to get pre-approved. Okay. We have to validate. And validate is they provided us documents and we looked at the documents and the underwriter accepted the documents. They have to be pre-approved through the program. The cash offer, again, 3% out of pocket, that needs to be paid to us within 48 hours of them writing a contract. Again, they're going to get a refund of their earnest money and a refund of 1% of the fee, but we need 3%. So that's all the cash that's needed and required for the client to participate in the program up front, and then get ready to move in. Because we close in 14 days, they take occupancy of that property right away. And again, depending on what they want to do with their other property, if there is one, or if the seller needs more time, we're going to have some other opportunities for them. On a high level, everything's in writing. Okay, there's going to be a service level agreement that dictates the costs to them. If they're leasing back, what's going to be accruing, what their responsibilities are, what our responsibilities are, because it says, in essence, we're going to be a landlord until they buy the house from us, and the timelines in which they need to perform and the prices that are involved if it's under the buy now, sell later program. We're going to sell it to them at the same price. They buy it for $250, we're going to sell it to them. Or if we buy it for $250, we're going to sell it to them for $250. The fees we've already discussed. And this is an important feature right now with appraisals. So you can waive inspections if you think that's needed and you walk the property and you feel good about it, or you walk it with somebody who's qualified to look. There's an appraisal guarantee on our part. For conventional, it's 110%, because part of this program and what this fee goes to cover, it's not a profit model for us, it's a loss leader. We're trying to gain market share with realtors we haven't worked before, and also with lenders who might want to come join us. And if you have a good lender, we'd love to get introduced to them. We actually have a program called Loan Officer Connect, that if a qualified agent is referred to us, we'll pay you $10,000. So while we would love to work with you, we'd also love to work with the realtor, with the loan officer that you're currently working with. But this fee goes to cover our appraisal guarantee, because if the value is, if the sales price, agreed upon price, is 300 and you go in at 310 and the appraisal comes in at 300, we're actually going to reduce the price to 300. We will pay the seller $10,000 and the consumer buys the house from us for $300,000. We're guaranteeing that appraisal up to 110%. On VA, it's a little more challenging. We thought it was going to be 105%, and the program here has 105, so I'm going to skip through it quickly. But we just had a VA appraisal that came in off $100,000. Well, think about it. We're not in a business to write people a check for $100,000 to get in the home. The home was overpriced. Or did the VA make a mistake? Regardless, there's some risk that we're working through in this program to be able to handle the VA side of it. So our cash offer, we're going to give you some educational material. Here's how we co-branded it with Dawn if she wanted to share this with her clients. It's something that you can present in a very professional fashion for them to look at. We're going to get you certified to make sure that you understand the program clearly so you can explain the program clearly. And that is the extent of our cash to keys, buy now, sell later program. So this is what the call to action is. If you could email me, here's my email, tteilman@annie-mac.com, and let me know, Tony, I'm interested in learning more, and we'll get you certified so that you can get your buyers introduced to us in Clyde so that we can get them into the program. Our goal is to help you work less. Our goal is to help you make more. Our goal is to help you stay diversified within your real estate career, and that we can support you with closing more deals with, sometimes lost referrals. And that's what we'd like to talk to you also about as our platform products. So if you're interested in those, we'll ask you. And if you want to learn more, we'll let you learn more about that. So I'm also going to switch to, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to stop my share here, and I'm going to go back to share screen. And I'm giving my own narrative right now. And I'm going to share this. And let's see if I covered the major points to this. Dawn, I believe I have offered my video or audio already. Let's see.
Your offer didn't get accepted. You're not alone. With fewer listings and more people than ever looking to buy, it can sometimes feel impossible to make a competitive offer on the home of your dreams. But we're here to help with 2 brand new programs offered exclusively through AnnieMac Home Mortgage.
Froze on our side.
Uh-oh.
Cash offer and buy now, sell later.
Better?
These programs will help you compete with cash buyers who typically have the advantage in the market and make your offer more likely to be accepted. How do they work? Through our cash offer program, we will work with our trusted partners at AnnieMac Cash. Will purchase your new home with cash. With the help of your home purchase coordinator, we'll ensure that we are making a competitive offer to purchase the home at a price that you can afford. Once finalized, you'll be able to work with your preferred lender to secure a mortgage and purchase the home back from us for the original purchase.
Okay, we keep freezing.
Purchase price plus a small service charge. If you already own a home but want to avoid the stress of selling and buying at the same time, consider buy now, sell later. Similar to cash offer, you'll be pre-approved for an amount you can comfortably afford, and then you can begin searching for your dream home. AnnieMac Cash to Keys will then work with you to prepare a cash offer to the seller, and once accepted, you'll be able to move in immediately. This gives you time to prepare your previous home for listing and maximize your selling price. As soon as you've sold your previous home, AnnieMac Cash to Keys will resell the new property back to you. Don't let an aggressive market keep you from owning the home of your dreams. With AnnieMac Home Mortgage's cash offer and buy now, sell later programs, you'll be able to make an offer they can't refuse. Call 833-CASH-BUY or visit nmac.me/cash to learn more.
Okay. And we're back. Did that video come through? I just lost my audio.
You did, Don.
Okay, I'm back. Did the video come through? I know it paused a couple times.
Yeah, it cut out a little bit, but we got it. We got it.
Okay.
I think we're all good. So I have just a couple quick questions. You ready for cute questions, Tony?
Ready. Yeah.
So the offer, whenever we write the offer, whose name actually goes on it as a buyer?
Great question. Cash to keys. It's
Cash
any-
to keys. Okay. Okay. And then is there a general like credit score that they have to have that you know of? Like, is it 700 or higher? What is it?
It's 620.
620. Okay.
So it's based on our approval. If we
Okay.
have them approved for a conventional or VA loan, then they're going to qualify for the program.
Okay, cool. Okay. That was really the only questions I had through all of it. It sounds like a pretty cool program.
Excellent. Okay. Do you think that some of your buyers might be interested in this program, Dawn? Yeah, putting you on the spot. Sure.
Well, yeah, so is there two programs? So there's the cash to keys. So that's just, they've got 6 months
So-
after.
So there's Cash to Keys is the name of the company of private equity.
Okay.
And we have cash offer for buyers, and we have buy now, sell later if someone needs
Okay.
to sell a home.
So the cash one, how long do they have after? Is that were they both 6 months? Like those rates were all for 6 months?
They should be closing with us on the cash offer within 30 days.
Okay. So you're just going to
Right.
turn around and redo it. Okay. Got it.
That's correct. This is simply a tool for them to get their offer accepted. It's not to delay the time that they're renting from us, because again, we're losing money on these loans, or on these transactions. So we're trying to get out of them as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Got it. Awesome. I didn't have any other questions.
Okay, I shared with you, I would explain how this worked. One of our agents today used it this way. They sent in an offer that said, hey, $250,000 will close in 21 days. This is a conventional financed offer. Then we sent in a loan at $257,500, and it was a cash offer to close in 14 days. And it said with the seller to pay $2,500. So to the buyer, it was neutral. They were out of money. They didn't want to pay the fee. To the seller, we let them know it's basically neutral, but this is backed by cash. That's how strong the offer is. And that's what we're conveying to your realtor partners on the listing side is we're going to get these things closed, and we're going to get your buyers into houses.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen a couple of other lenders that are kind of trying to do stuff like this. It's like either get creative and figure something out or jump ship. Like, what do? You know, we have to go with the flow and go with the times. And this is where we're at right now, especially in Texas.
Well, the big players in our market right now is Ribbon is doing it, and a company called Homeward. And again, very creative companies. Their fees are a little bit higher. Their experience is a little bit different in that we are a lender who is offering this program. They are a program trying to become a lender. So they're trying to figure out the lending and the title side, which they don't quite have the expertise that we do, as we're a $6 billion lender.
Okay, awesome. Good to know.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, thank you very
I don't
much
have any
for
more-
letting us join you.
Thank you so much. I will share, well, everybody has this, but I'll get the video up for those that couldn't make it. And if anybody has any questions, let Tony know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
buddy.
everyone.